Hello, Renee Flamont here. You guys, the effect of being involved with somebody with this narcissistic business can be forever. You will have lasting effects. You will have forever effects. You are forever changed. And I had dated narcissists and had them around me in my life for so many, many, many years that I kept doing the same pattern over and over again until I learned and saw myself and changed it. So my life has been very much affected by every single one that I've come in contact with. And I have to say, I see it. I see how it's affected. With the peripheral narcissists that have been in my life, with romantic partners, I'm different in many, many ways, and so are you. The romantic partnership, when I finally caught on to what my pattern was, and that I kept dating these kinds of people, in that way, a lot of people in private coaching and online in the audience tell me, I just wish I never met him. I wish I never met him. And some of you have really gone through it, and I've asked you to look at what's good that came out of it. Maybe you had children with them. So you got to look at the trajectory of your life. I try to help young people by ever getting involved with these people to keep them safe. That's why I started this channel. I want to educate people so they're empowered against them. Know these people are on the earth this way. But if you've already been involved with one, I encourage you to look at the positive, and I've done that. So my life will forever be affected positively from the experiences I've had with narcissists. That's truly how I feel, because now I know better. And you might say, well, wouldn't it have been better if you never were involved in it? Yes, that's why I want to reach 20-year-olds before they really get into their life of dating. But I have been involved, and I'm not one to regret my path because it landed me here. And also, here's the thing about me, and I've told you guys this before. Dating all those narcissists and having them in my life, I think that God, that's who I believe in, you guys, and the universe, those are the whispers. Those were the whispers trying to teach me, okay? And I wasn't learning the lesson. I didn't learn it until this last narcissist I dated, God, over 3 years ago now, but he was so horrible and such a terror show and so dysfunctional that it made me start to get on the line and do the research. Then I learned, became empowered because I became educated. Okay, you know the rest. But the lesson was not coming to me. It had to, in the form of this really nasty individual. I feel like the lesson, the whispers I didn't hear, a lesson has to walk me up and punch me in my face sometimes for me to hear it. And I recognize that now. That's why I try so hard to educate you guys and remind you of the truths of these people with this disorder so that you don't have to have a lesson walk you up and punch you in the face. But the benefit of that is my eyes are so wide open. I don't even know if anyone would come near me because they can sense from a mile away I will not put up with 1 ounce of anything. And I don't mean that in a horrible way, like, what do you mean everyone has to be perfect? No. People can be cranky. People can have bad days. People can argue. People can have difference of opinion. We're not talking about any of that. But the dysfunction, fast forward that chapter, because we've been talking about it forever, that a narcissist brings with this disorder, oh, I can see it a mile away. So suddenly, I'm not attracting those people anymore. I used to, because I used to be tolerant. I used to be nice in the face of somebody being mean. I used to be helpful. I used to say, yes, I'll do that for you, sure, Even if I saw a red flag, I'd sweep it under. Now I'm like, wait a minute, I'm sorry, that doesn't sound right. And a narcissist doesn't like that. If you are dating and you want to know if someone's a narcissist and you're on your first date, I would ask them, do you know the word narcissism? If they do and they are one, watch how you'll never hear from them again. I did that about a year ago. Never heard from the guy again. But he sat here for 3 hours discussing his own life. Neighbor. Yep. His wife died. He's been asking me out forever. And I was like, you're married? Oh my God. We'd see each other walking in the neighborhood, or I rollerblade, or he'd walk, or whatever. For years and years and years. Finally, knock, knock. Hi, my wife died. Oh my God, come in. I'm approaching it like that. Like there wouldn't be, okay? But what do? Your neighbor, their wife died. Come in, okay? 3 hours. And I kept trying to say, let's toast to your wife. Here's to your wife. She was a strong woman. May she rest in peace. And he talked about himself the whole time. And for years he'd be, I'm interested, which that's kind of snake-like. Your wife's sick at home and that's what you're doing. So finally I said, do you know the word narcissism? For the next 5 minutes, he kept saying, I can't believe you called me a I can't believe you said that word. I can't. Guess what? After years of bumping into me saying flirtatious things, I never even saw him again. So maybe he doesn't even walk. Maybe he skips my circle. That's how offended he got. I'm very affected by having dated these people and learned this lesson. And I want you to look at your experience in a positive way. I know it was miserable. I know. Oh, I know. But maybe the universe, I'd be careful not to say God, because not everyone believes in God. But maybe they put you with that person, your terrible experience, so that you would learn the lesson. Because had you not been with this person and learned the lesson, there was even somebody worse waiting for you over here. If you didn't learn the lesson. So I've learned the lesson, so now I'm safe. Maybe God did that because he said, if she doesn't learn now, in 2 years' time, there's XYZ that she's going to run into. Well, guess what? If I ran into XYZ now, there's no hope for XYZ because I learned now. The effects are positive. I want you to see that the effects are positive. I know the misery. I know. And I've learned that trust should be earned. Now you might say, oh my God, Renee, you're 56, you just learned that? Yeah. At 53, I just learned that. I used to trust automatically. Just walk around the earth thinking, assuming that people have good intentions, assuming they're as good as I know I am, honest, that they don't lie. No, none of that's true, Renee. Yeah, just learn that. That's a good effect of having such an ugly person in my life for that little bit. I've learned trust has to be earned. How does it get earned? That's where you have to be around somebody and see time and action. Time and action. I don't care what they say to you. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Are they in your life for an extended period of time? Did you get to know what kind of person they are? Do you see them with their friends, with their family? Do you see how they act around yours and your how do they live their life? Are they a kind person? Are they a devious person? You don't know any of that on date 1, 2, 3, 10. You have to get to know someone and see time and action. Do they back up what they're telling you with action? And I mean action. Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. No, don't promise me anything. Just show up with it. Just show up with it. Action. And don't say you're going to do this, this, and this, and you're going to be with me, and blah, 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 and you have to see over the course of time if everything they say does come to fruition. Now, if time goes by, now that amount of time, it's up to you. For me, it's going to take a lot. I want to get to know a human being. See the character of them. You can't do that as quickly as we fall in with these narcissists in the love bombing. We go like that. Like, am I out of my mind? I think of that and I'm like, I wouldn't give this guy a second date today. Not a second date. I would have left the first date a lot earlier. Now, today. Because now I know. But back then, I was dazzled. I was charmed. I thought he was funny. I thought he's none of those things. He was putting on a show, love bombing me hard the first night. And it was hours. We went to one place, to another place, to another. Like, it was like from the afternoon into the... Okay? Why? It's the first date, Renee. Calm down. Go home. Which I've done since, and I will always do again. You don't know this person. You don't know anything about them. I don't care how cute they are, how funny they are, how successful you think they are, if they intrigue you in a certain way, and you think they're smart, you think they have... I don't care. You don't know anything until you spend time with a person and see action. Those are all very great qualities that came out of being in a relationship whether it be business partner, friend, family, or romantic. And there's millions more. My life will forever be affected by the narcissist, absolutely. But I can't help but think that it's all positive. And I want you to go away and realize that. I have a strength now I didn't have before. I have a Teflon I didn't have before. My discernment is now in order, and it was way off track for a long time. My self-respect is in order. Self-love, self-care. It's all in line now. And there will be no shaking this now. You follow me? That doesn't mean I can't pair up with someone. It's going to be a healthy-minded individual, though. Right? I won't do any games. I won't do any manipulation. I'll know it a mile away. Just talk to me like a regular person. That's what you want, right? So again, keep thinking about it. There's a lot of things that may have come up from a relationship that you deem you wish you never had, or you wish you never met that person, or, okay? Everything that you've gone through landed you exactly where you are. And I always think of that. I think of that with traffic too. Like when I'm in traffic, I think, okay, well, I'm in traffic over here because God, the universe, again, whatever you believe in, knows that if I didn't hit traffic here, maybe there was a bad accident up in the front that I would have been in. Maybe this traffic saved my life. Maybe that relationship saved your life. Maybe it taught you, and now you're on the lookout, and it was a whammy. You got hit between the eyes by this one. But now going forward, maybe the next one would have been worse. And now you'll spot them and not get involved with that person. I want you to think about your experience in a positive way. Stop being so hard on yourself and thinking of it negatively. Think of the good things that have come out of it. Strength, perseverance, courage, strong will, all of that can be looked at as benefits from being involved with a narcissist. Have a good weekend, you guys, and I'll see you Monday.